Good afternoon and welcome to the Dad Bod. If you're anything like me, you struggle to find nice looking clothes that fit properly. There's so many options to purchase online and in store, but how to get the right fit? Many clothing companies make clothes in a shape so that way they're going to fit the average body shape, but it causes comfort issues. For some people, it just looks boxy as opposed to, proper fitting, or it could look like you're swimming in the outfit. Some people struggle to move their arms properly. One thing I've been doing a lot of lately is made-to-measure clothing. You can go and buy a suit or blazer, vest, pants, whatever, and then spend even more money on having it tailored to fit you properly, or you can get it made to your measurements. I've done a few reviews of made-to-measure companies in the past. I chose Hockerty for this one because I feel like my last review of them could have been better in terms of both what I discuss in the review and what I ordered. I tried out a tweed 3-button. Basically, I just picked out features that didn't go well with my body shape and size. I want to correct that all today. Also, Hockerty has some pretty good stuff for their low prices. If you aren't familiar with who they are, Hockerty is a made-to-measure clothing company. They do shirts, pants, tuxedos, blazers, vests, and more. And with it getting hot out, I needed a summer blazer, something that wouldn't get too hot. And I needed a vest that fits properly when a blazer was too much. I have several waistcoats that are a part of a 3-piece suit, but I don't like wearing them without the suit. And I have others that I got from online clothing shops that were not made to measure, and I had to get their largest size to make sure it fits with my height, which makes the rest disproportional. The way I'm going to discuss this all with you is by going over the ordering process, so that way if you ever do want to get something from them, you're more familiar with the process. Then I'll show you what I received, and then discuss any pros and cons that I may have. At Hockerty's website, I clicked on Clothing, Waistcoats, Vest with Lapels, and then Design Your Vest. From here, you can pick out the fabric. Some fabric types do add a little bit to the cost. I chose Landis because it's a linen fabric and it'll breathe better. It's a good fabric to wear in the summertime. I like the 6-button style. I would like a double-breasted, but that's for another day. Next, I'll stick with peak lapels. Standard size. Diagonal edge. I do need that pocket. And then welt pockets. You can upgrade or modify the lining and the back lining for an upcharge. You can get monograms on there for an additional $10. I'll leave the rest the same, $99 for this vest. That's not that bad of a deal with being able to pick out the specs, the material, the color, and have it made to my measurements. I have some that I've gotten from other sites, like even Amazon, which were about half the price, but I never wear them because they don't fit right. I'd prefer to pay $99 for one that I'll wear quite a bit as opposed to paying $50 for one that I'll hardly ever wear. It took about 3 weeks and arrived in a small black plastic mailer bag. With being in that mailer bag folded up, it did have a few creases that I needed to steam out. And here it is. We have the 6 buttons, never button the bottom, the standard width with notched lapels, my pocket. You can adjust the waist with this in the back, but it's made to measure, so you really shouldn't need to. Here's a close-up of the fabric. And the lining. I did notice that the stitching on the pocket was a bit messed up. Not to the point where I needed to send it back, but it's something that I can fix myself in a couple of minutes, but it is something that I would have preferred not to have to do. I'm 6'2.5", so it's normally really tricky to find a waistcoat that hits the proper length in the front, and you can see right here that it fits just right. I've already worn it a few times and I absolutely love this. So here's a few outfits that looks pretty nice with it. We have black jeans or slacks and a white dress shirt, blue jeans and a light blue dress shirt, blue suit jacket and khaki pants, Alright, I've got a bit of advice for any new parents out there. Children who go to bed early, get up early. Children who go to bed late, get up early. Okay, now let's talk about the jacket. Same thing, I went to Hockerty's website and clicked on custom blazers. I picked out the Valley linen because it breathes better and it's the color that I want. I don't currently have a beige or a sand colored jacket, so this will fit nicely. I went with the 2 buttons, it just looks better with my body shape. Notch lapels, wide. Wide seems to look better with my body shape. You know, it thins me out a little bit. Flat pockets look nice. I do prefer side vents. Just a side note, made to measure often comes with the vents and the pockets closed up. You can't open them up, you know, with a pair of scissors or a pocket knife. It's pretty easy. Just be careful. My tailor shop used to open up the pockets for me for, I don't know, $2 or $3. Now I just use a seam cutter and I don't need to have them do it for me anymore. No shiny lapels. Default internal lining color. I am going to put my initials on this and I'm going to use purple. Fake buttonholes on the sleeves. This took about 3 to 4 weeks to arrive. It arrived in a small box with this bag, and it was inside this bag folded up. So again, it had a bunch of wrinkles that I had to steam out. And here it is. You can see here the wide notch lapels. It has 3 pockets on the outside, non-functioning buttons on the sleeves. The sleeve length is pretty good. The jacket length and width is also good. It's a little bit wide, but not too much. If there were any severe issues, Hockerty would allow me to get this tailored at a local tailor shop, and then they would reimburse me for up to 25% of the jacket cost. But as long as your measurements that you take are good, you really shouldn't need any alterations. The jacket has a fused lining. It does not have an internal canvas. I usually prefer the canvas, but it does add a little bit in price, and Hockerty doesn't actually offer that as an option. You would normally find that in more of a mid to higher level made-to-measure companies. Now, I don't want you to think that this is a bad jacket because it isn't lined, and I'm also not saying that Hockerty clothing is poor quality. They really do have some pretty good quality for low cost. That's why I went back to them for this order. And again, one of the things that I really like about, made-to-measure companies such as Hockerty is they almost all have a perfect fit guarantee, which means if for some reason the item doesn't fit you properly or needs to be altered in some way, they'll usually pick up that expense for you. For example, with Hockerty, if the item requires any alterations to it, you can take it to your local tailor within a week of receiving it. Make sure you get an invoice from your tailor and then just create a support ticket through Hockerty's website, and they'll reimburse you the cost of the tailoring for up to 25% of the item that you purchase. So, I mean, they're not going to give you $90 worth of tailoring for a $100 waistcoat, but for a $100 waistcoat, they will give you $25 worth of tailoring credits. And if for some reason alterations won't work because, maybe it's way too small or something along those lines, then Hockerty will remake the item for you. All right, here's a few outfits that look nice with this. Dark blue slacks and a white dress shirt. Black pants and a light blue dress shirt. Dark khaki and a pink dress shirt. All right, just some food for thought. Why do we sing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game" when we're already there? All right, if you're looking for something a little bit higher in quality, I absolutely love my Oliver Wicks suit. So much so that when I was looking for a place to get my tuxedo for my wedding later on this year, there was only one option. So go ahead and check out this video right here of my review of my Oliver Wicks tux, and I'll see you there.